bring Yugure, and I'll spawn to take A first, just so I'll try to rush that. In fact, this is probably the one map where the DD is actually still a viable cap rush option. Because the PT boat spawn is right about the same distance.
And, of course, it is a 6-0 match. I deliberately didn't bring 6-0 to give us the possibility of it not being, so...
You can bring 6-0, in my opinion, that's fine.
I don't feel like getting my ass handed to me in a battleship that's got a massive hole in its face.
Fair. But yeah, as far as, like, Shinto as a distinct denomination went, that was because so there was a sect of the clergy that was sort of wanting to split off Japanese faith from Buddhism during like the Sengoku period, if I'm not mistaken, either that or Muromachi period. And essentially the imperial family sponsored this because they wanted to associate their name with this new faith, or rather this sort of
revival,
consolidation and rebranding of a combination of Buddhism and local folklore. That's essentially what it is. It's a hybrid consolidation of faith. And that happened basically in medieval Japan. And once the imperial family sponsored it, it was here to stay. That's the easiest way to describe it.
Yeah.
They adapted and co-opted faith, religious practices, and even got so far as the point where, like, initially they were sort of just saying, "Oh, this is how we do it," and they're sort of taking Buddhist practices and saying, "Oh no, well, ours with blackjack and hookers." But then go give it a little time, and a lot of Shinto practice becomes the first sort of practice, and the Buddhists go, "Well, we have our own practice. Pay us for this version." And you can see this with things like, for example, the way that yokai are dealt with and exercised. Ubume, for example, which are essentially the spirits of pregnant women who died in childbirth or while pregnant.
Creepy ones.
The original practices to deal with those are Shinto, and then the Buddhists come along and say, well, instead of having to perform a cesarean section on a corpse, we can just do it with chanting. Just as effective. Shinto practice can be a little bit more like shamanistic. Yeah, it's a bit more of the folk people, so to speak, and more superstitious, which is sort of to be expected given its roots are
ancient
folk religion. Yeah, it's a very strange religion in a sense because it's very
naturalistic.
In a sense, yeah, but it's also been co-opted from like mainland Buddhism, Mahayana Buddhism, and Chan Buddhism, which became Zen, of course, but. Like, it is very involved with Buddhism, there's no doubt about that. And it's got a history both in the local land, but just as much within the Buddhist faith of Japan as well. And then come, of course, the Meiji Restoration, and just as importantly, Japan's imperial ambitions. And we see the Shinto faith become a political force for nationalism. And there's a few things about this that are quite interesting. Grim, of course, because we're talking about nationalistic, imperialistic goals, but in terms of how local faiths respond, Buddhism, for example, sees itself in Japan as being under an existential threat. And in the 20s, you start to see Japanese Buddhist sects, like Zen Buddhism, take on incredibly nationalistic tones in a bid to sort of appeal to the imperial interests. This was in fact documented pretty well in a multi-faith assembly, global assembly in the 20s, where Japanese Buddhism was essentially denounced by other faiths
for being too murderous.
Yeah, for essentially being incredibly racist, like denouncing Chinese and Korean identity. It was kind of crazy, and it's probably a good reminder of the use of faith as an instrument. By the state, for lack of a better term.
Welcome to communism, where people worship it.
No, the communism is a funny case of attempting to use... Well, basically they went, well, look, the faith is institutionalizing sort of obedience. It's institutional obedience. It's spiritual obedience to essential authority.
So just make the state the religion.
Yeah, we'll just take that, you know? We'll just call ourselves atheists, but really not assume anything that would be reminiscent of a practice of an absence of theism, you know, as the name implies. Instead, we'll just replace it.
I feel I should state that the entire enemy team is approximately in that location I've just pinged.
You're gonna have to ping again.
There.
There.
Oh boy. I'm getting fired upon by
That's a
something with
Hugo.
relatively high rate of fire.
And a Maria. And a Kirov. And a Cleveland. And something else. And I have an Eugen sinking in front of me, but that's
Yeah, just
the least
get
of my
behind the-
worries at the moment.
Chora,
Yeah,
what are you
okay.
doing?
I was trying to go
Probably
for
use it,
Charlie.
but-
You shouldn't.
Well,
oh yeah, go for
bit
B
late.
instead.
My bridge
B
is
a
out.
lot. Yeah, B. What's nice about B is first you got that nice rock, and secondly, battleships prefer going to C for some reason.
Well, presently I see 2 battleships and they're both heading B direction, so...
Well then this time we're lucky, or
It's-
maybe unlucky.
Well, we're unlucky because they're broadside to me as I'm attempting to go to Charlie. Fortunately, our battleship just decided to focus an Eugen down rather than doing anything useful.
I'm currently torn in terms of what I should do because this is kind of like the perfect case for me to have torpedoes, but Hugo of course doesn't have any.
Yeah.
And if, man, they should have given us the 1963 Yugoda, which does have torpedoes.
They probably suck, though.
Oh, they do. It's just that I have an open, sort of, very perfect.
You'd have a more tactically usable weapon.
They're in a fucking line right now. Like, they are just juicy. That's it. I'm just probably gonna send pot shots at this.
Well,
Oh, there's the gun. That's a gun.
I'm
My
presently
God.
feeling like Tassafaronga.
On which side? Are you guys?
I'm New Orleans.
Goodbye, gun.
That's unfortunate.
Unfortunately, I'm feeling more like Astoria than New Orleans when it comes to my chances of survival.
Oh dear.
The Huga is shooting at me now. I have 1 turret, I'm barely moving forward, but I am distracting like half a dozen enemies, so that's something.
Do you need help, Opti?
I'm being struck by a lot, but...
Although I can't see anybody.
Oh, that's why I was flooding so aggressively. Maria actually hit me.
Oh.
I was like, I dodged those torpedoes. What happened? Oh, yeah, of course it wasn't a torpedo. Because I was just devastating.
Hello.
Like, a torpedo would
I
knock
know.
out my guns, but not the turrets and not the elevators. Yeah, I'm probably gonna die. Just disclaimer.
I mean, a bit
It's
late.
fine,
for-
we are...
11% crew on fire, flooding.
I'm guarding.
I guess I'll take a backup.
Gunners are searching for airborne and surface
Yeah, just come
targets.
to me.
Oh, okay.
Gunners are searching for
I was
airborne
gonna go
and
to Charlie
surface
from the
targets.
south.
Well, if you
No.
guys have a line of sight to either, like, are you guys ready to cap B or?
He's getting
No,
ready
I don't
to,
want-
yeah.
I don't want to get B, I'm just
Well, the
denying
entire
it.
enemy team is presently coming up the slot there.
Do you want me to drop some bombs on the Maria or?
I mean, there's a Huga
Yeah.
coming around the corner into Bravo right now, so...
Ours or theirs? What side about plane?
But that's where the entire enemy team is, so...
Right.
The Maria is probably an easier target for you to get. And is still tactically viable.
Yeah. I see. Oh wow, that's a fucking line of battle.
Yeah!
Which one is the Maria? Is it the ones currently broadsiding to the light cruiser?
I
in
don't
that
know.
pair, or is it
That's a
the-
Pensacola. Or Northampton. That is a
oh,
Huga.
that guy set on fire.
Oh, there's a Dante Alighieri, oh my god.
Somebody attack him!
Oh.
That's
Well,
a
I have
Dante. Do you want me to kill the
torpedoes.
Dante or the Maria?
I
Maria.
can't see the Maria.
I don't know.
The
You're
Maria.
gonna have to target ID the Maria. Oh wait, I think I see it.
Because the...
If you have shots on the Dante, I can
Oh,
deal with Maria.
the Dante is Japanese.
Oh, it's a Dante. I thought it was a Huga. That's the Dante.
Yeah, I'm gonna deal with the Maria just because I see it actually.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's actually accelerating.
Oh, and he is Japanese.
Yeah, because he's a GP in his nickname.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Oh my god, are you serious? That was a late drop. Okay. Hopefully those make it. Especially
Well,
now. Oh yeah, those look good. Those look good. Goodbye, Maria. Haha.
Oh no. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I love. So I dropped a stick right next to him, and he sort of sailed so that they detonated underneath him.
Yeah, I hate how effective bombs are against battleships at the moment.
These,
like
well, those are
whoever's-
800s to be fair, so that's like
I know,
getting
but a
down to
250 will
3
do that.
Yeah, I like to sort of leave nothing a chance, so to speak.
It's like, is Billy Mitchell writing this game or something?
There's G5.
At the going rate, probably. He's probably providing user feedback to the developers about how it's too hard to kill Val.
Lol. Too hard. There's a G5 going for A.
We have somebody sitting on A though, so
Okay.
hopefully they'll be able to respond to the G5. If it's just a G5, then that should be fine because we have a fair amount, and that may not be the best thing, but it can sure as hell slap a G5.
Well, if it's PR123K,
I mean, in terms of like sitting gunfight, so to speak,
it's the same thing, but
Yeah, I'm sure the fair amount. Well, the 123 has twice the gun power if it's the
Yeah,
S, and
I'm-
even more if it's the K.
okay, this Dante is actually suffering right now,
Oh,
so
motherfucker, that's a metal battleship. That might be the Hyuga you were looking at, in fact.
the one who's about to come around the corner right there with the Hyuga-shaped turrets and the Hyuga-shaped masts and the Hyuga-shaped funnels.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, perhaps.
Shaped.
The
Everything is
Hyuga-shaped object is a Hyuga-shaped object.
Big if true. Large if probable.
I mean, it's 35,000 tons at least, so it is pretty large.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I am sitting here managing to do reasonable damage to a Dante with 8-inch guns.
Nice. That's
Because
good in
what
this
is
case.
combat range? It's
worry
also
about
about
it.
to get on Bravo.
I mean, that's kind
Yeah.
of combat range for the
Do we have
Dreadnought.
anybody is contested in
isn't-
any capacity,
what?
or...
It just
Lore.
exploded randomly.
Where is
Halo
coming?
now?
No, but
Oh,
there weren't any
Paniskaya Komuna.
tracers. It-
Paniskaya Komuna.
Yeah, but there wasn't
Yeah.
any fire. It was just
Oh
there,
god, the Hyuga. Oh
Oh.
shit, oh shit,
and then it just
Oh,
exploded.
oh shit. Can I blab the Hyuga? And wreck him from 2 kilometers? Hmm.
Possibly.
I'm gonna try that. Let's see if
Also,
that
you
actually
say,
works.
this is combat range for dreadnoughts. Yeah, no.
It's
that's-
combat range
that's
for
double
Iron Bottom
this.
Sound.
I have to say, how such a tiny little area of water became so important is kind of sad.
In which one?
Also, Iron Bottom Sound.
Oh yeah.
Because it is just a tiny little patch of
Why
water, and
was our
there's like,
motor gunboat? Why did our motor gunboat move off of the cap?
probably to lure the guy on so he could get a better... Or he's just an idiot, one of the two.
Yeah, I was say like you don't need to lure him on to kill him. You know,
Wait, what?
Oh,
nice kill.
I am wrecked him.
Kill.
You see why I don't like this? That is dumb.
Don't worry about
Uh-oh.
it.
BTT.
Attack the B point. Defend the A point.
A
Oh my god, too
BTD.
many.
Gunners are
Too many
Okay,
planes.
will my 1945 anti-kamikaze ship manage to stop a single plane? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z.
X target. It should work.
Oh.
That's fine. I was trying it with Mikuma, and Mikuma's been doing quite alright against these sort of planes that rush in.
I've historically had better luck with the Japanese than I have with the Americans, funnily enough.
I don't understand why, because I can do the, like, I've stress tested, oh, well there we go. I've stress tested a variety of ships against aircraft, and every time, whatever, the order of, like, the difference in terms of performance between the American and Japanese is usually 20 to 1.
Well,
Like, for what, so Akizuki, for example, I was able to achieve, I believe,
I feel very vulnerable
4
X-targeting
kills?
planes when there's like 5 of them.
oh, no, just prioritize the ones that are going near you. So remember the 4.5 kilometer rule? Just consider if the gunners are going to see the target being at 4.5 kilometers in
Yeah,
intercept,
that's the
basically.
issue. 4.5 kilometers is point bloody blank.
No, that's a fair distance, honestly.
It's not for a 5-inch gun, that's like half the range of these things.
Oh, yeah, it's half the range, but it's way more than enough time to get, like, to kill them before they drop. Like, level bombers, dive bombers, torpedo bombers especially, like, there's no chance for them.
Give me my 40 mils, give me my 40 mils. I am manually
too
taking
close
this.
to you.
Oh, ow. Why do the guns not point where I'm telling them to?
That's a good question.
Oh well. I guess I'll just absorb this torpedo.
Oh,
If it's a Mark 13, you
No,
can
it was
definitely absorb
Type
it.
91.
You can probably still absorb it with a reasonable level. It's
Yeah,
gonna hurt a little more,
just,
but
you know, down all of my 5-inch guns and my boiler rooms, and I'm capsizing.
that's
you
unfortunate.
did
I'm no
well.
longer capsizing.
I'm gonna show you how I do. I'm gonna bring out the
Oh, there's
American
a
next
hipper.
pack.
Oh, hipper.
I'm gonna
hold on.
sort of demonstrate because I have not had that issue.
Apparently I killed a plane.
Yay!
Yes, you killed a Reggiane.
I killed a
You killed a
what?
pasta. You killed a pasta boat.
Oh.
A pasta plane.
News to me.
I thought
I
that
was
was the
trying
one
to
that was
kill a
attacking you,
B7.
honestly.
I was trying to kill a B6 or 7. And my
That's,
40 mils decided that they were just going to constantly point 15 degrees to the right of it.
You damaged the B7, but you damaged it after he struck you.
Yep,
That's
because he turned
strange.
around and flew in a straight line.
Oh.
Okay,
Oh wait, it's that